You've been lied to. The food industry has convinced you these 5 ingredients are totally safe, when in reality, they're silently wrecking your health. They're in your breakfast, your snacks, even your healthy options. I'm talking about additives, so common, they're in almost every aisle of the grocery store. But today, we're pulling back the curtain. These are the 5 dangerous ingredients the food industry doesn't want you to know about. You've been told processed foods are convenient, but what if I told you they might be slowly poisoning you with hidden ingredients? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly which 5 dangerous food additives are lurking in your pantry and how to avoid them. We all love the convenience of grabbing a quick snack or popping a frozen meal in the microwave, but have you ever stopped to think about what's really in those packaged foods? Today, we are going to uncover the shocking truth about 5 common food ingredients that could be wreaking havoc on your health. Number 1. Brominated vegetable oil. Let's clear up a common myth. Brominated vegetable oil sounds harmless, right? It even has vegetable oil in the name. But don't be fooled. This is not your everyday olive oil or sunflower oil. Brominated vegetable oil, or BVO, is a chemically modified version of vegetable oil where bromine is added. Bromine is a chemical element also used in flame retardants. The reason it is added is to make the oil denser, so it stays mixed in citrus-flavored soft drinks and sports drinks. This is not cooking oil. It is an additive designed to keep soda looking stable on a store shelf. But here is where it gets concerning. Bromine can build up in the body over time. Research has linked BVO to serious health issues like thyroid disruption, hormone imbalances, and even memory or coordination problems. In fact, several countries, including those in the European Union, Japan, and Singapore, have banned BVO completely. Yet in the United States, it is still allowed in limited amounts. So no, BVO is not the same as vegetable oil. One supports your health. The other tricks your soda into looking good on a shelf, while slowly hijacking your health. If you care about your gut, your hormones, and your overall well-being, it is time to ditch the artificially flavored sodas. A better option is sparkling water with real citrus slices and a few mint leaves. It is clean, refreshing, and your gut will thank you. If you're serious about healing your gut and reclaiming your energy, keep watching. We are just getting started. If your gut could talk, it'd say, "Please skip the soda and give me something real." Swap that citrus soda for sparkling water with real fruit slices and a sprig of mint. Same vibe, no toxins. And if you're trying to reboot your digestion, keep listening. We've got more food label lies to expose. According to the Environmental Working Group's database, this sneaky additive is lurking in about 70 different sodas and beverages. And we're not talking about obscure brands here. We're talking about those brightly colored, citrus-flavored drinks you see everywhere. So the next time you reach for that neon yellow sports drink after a workout, you might want to think twice. Now, let's move on to our next ingredient. And this one's a real hedge. Have you ever wondered why some breads seem to rise higher and have a better texture than others? The secret might be potassium bromate. This so-called flour improver is added to strengthen dough and give baked goods that perfect rise and texture we all crave. Let's talk about something most people never see on a food label, but nearly everyone eats. Potassium bromate. It's a chemical added to flour to make bread rise higher, look fluffier, and feel softer. It's what gives mass-produced baked goods that picture-perfect texture. You'll find it in sandwich bread, frozen pizza crusts, dumplings, packaged rolls. In fact, it's in nearly 200 processed foods across American grocery stores. Potassium bromate is banned in Europe, the United Kingdom, Canada, and many other countries. Why? Because it's been classified as a possible human carcinogen. In animal studies, it has been linked to cancer and other serious health issues, and yet, in the United States, it's still allowed. The reason? Technically, manufacturers claim that most of the chemical burns off during baking, but most isn't good enough when it comes to your health. Trace amounts can remain in the finished product, and over time, especially if you eat these foods daily, that exposure adds up. So what's the better option? Start with breads made using ascorbic acid, also known as vitamin C. It strengthens dough naturally without the toxic side effects. Many artisan bakers already use it as a safer alternative. You can also look for flour labeled unbromated or moving on to our third ingredient. And this one's a real party pooper. Moving on to our third ingredient. And this one's a real party pooper. Propylparaben might sound like a fancy scientific term, but it's actually a common preservative used to extend the shelf life of packaged foods. It's the reason why that box of corn tortillas in your pantry can last for weeks without growing mold. According to the ERWG, propylparaben can be found in more than 50 products in US grocery stores. And we're not just talking about tortillas. This preservative is hiding in many baked desserts and even cake icing. So that birthday cake you enjoyed last week? It might have come with an unwanted side of Most people have heard of parabens in cosmetics, but what you may not know is that some of them, including propylparaben, are also used in food to preserve freshness, to extend shelf life, to keep baked goods and processed items from going bad. But here's the problem. Propylparaben has been shown in studies to disrupt hormone function. It can mimic estrogen in the body, and that's a big red flag when it comes to your endocrine system and gut health. In animal studies, it's been linked to decreased fertility and developmental issues. And while the amounts in food might be small, daily exposure adds up fast, especially if your diet includes a lot of packaged snacks or ready-made meals. So, what's the better choice? Look for preservative-free baked goods, or choose products that use natural preservation methods like refrigeration. Better yet, go for whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and freshly prepared meals you can trust. And while that ingredient is quietly causing chaos in your system, the next one takes it a step further, right down to your gut to cause inflammation. Now, let us talk about something that has been adding color to our lives. And not in a good way. Red dye No. 3, also known as FD&C, Red No 3, Red dye 3, or erythrocene, is a food coloring that's responsible for that bright, cherry red color in thousands of food products. From candies and baked goods to snacks, cereals, and sodas, this artificial dye is everywhere. But here's the thing. While it might make our food look more appealing, the potential health risks associated with red dye, No. 3, are anything but pretty. And the worst part, it's often hiding in foods marketed towards children, making those brightly colored cereals and candies a potential health hazard. Therefore, look for products colored with natural ingredients like beet juice, turmeric, paprika, or annatto. These not only add color, but also offer beneficial compounds that support your body, not stress it. Or better yet, choose whole foods that don't need fake colors to convince you they're worth eating. Your gut recognizes real food. It thrives on natural inputs, not synthetic dyes designed for marketing. Appeal still with me? Good, because the next item on our list is one most people eat daily without realizing it. Hurting them from the inside out. Last but certainly not least, we have titanium dioxide. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that the stuff in sunscreen? Well, you're not wrong, but it's also used as a food coloring to make things appear whiter and brighter. Coffee creamers, baking decorations, and sauces all use titanium dioxide to achieve that perfect white color, but it doesn't stop there. In some candies and other products, titanium dioxide is used as a kind of paint primer to make other colors appear more vivid. So that candy-coated chocolate you love, it might be getting its vibrant hue with a little help from titanium dioxide. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can these ingredients be in our food if they're so dangerous? Well, that's the million-dollar question. The truth is, many of these additives are approved for use in small quantities. But here's the catch. With the amount of processed foods many of us consume daily, those small quantities can add up quickly. But here's the catch. With the amount of processed foods many of us consume daily, those small quantities can add up quickly. So, what can you do to protect yourself and your family? The first step is awareness. Now that you know what to look for, start checking those ingredient labels. You might be surprised at how many of your favorite foods contain these additives. Next, consider making more meals from scratch using whole, unprocessed ingredients. Not only will this help you avoid these potentially harmful additives, but it can also lead to a healthier diet overall. When you do buy packaged foods, look for brands that prioritize natural ingredients and avoid artificial additives. Yes, they might be a bit more expensive, but can you really put a price on your health? Lastly, don't be afraid to speak up. Let food manufacturers know that you're concerned about these ingredients. Consumer demand can be a powerful force for change in the food industry. Remember, knowledge is power. By being aware of these 5 dangerous food ingredients and taking steps to avoid them, you're taking control of your health and well-being. It might seem daunting at first, but with a little effort and mindfulness, you can significantly reduce your exposure to these potentially harmful additives. So, the next time you're at the grocery store, take a moment to read those labels. Your body will thank you for it. And who knows, you might even discover some new, healthier alternatives to your old favorites. If you're trying to heal your gut, ditching those ingredients is a powerful first step. And if you're not sure where to start, we've created a free 7-day gut reset meal plan with clean, simple recipes that are easy to prepare and free from hidden toxins. The link is in the description.